On that, we bring in one of our favorite experts here, Ariel Kahana, diplomatic correspondent for Israel Hayom, joining us from our Jerusalem studio. Ariel, thanks for being with us today. Just on the latest, I got to jump on here. President Herzog making comments today, getting our attention. Look, he's indicating that there's actually broad agreement, as I think he put it, behind the scenes. Is it true? What are you hearing?
Hello, David, and thanks for the introduction. So, yes, Herzog the president is saying just a few minutes ago in a very special event with 100 local leaders, municipality mayors, and so on from all around the country. By the way, many of them are seniors in the Likud party. In any case, all of them are calling to the president, telling him, please put your suggestion, your platform to the reform. And at the same time, the president is saying, yes, we have a compromise. It's almost complete. The gaps are small. Now it depends on the leaders. And he's calling the leaders of the opposition and the coalition to agree. I can't tell you at the moment if it will succeed, but it is close. And I can tell you, because I'm following it for weeks, that there are talks in few channels. They are updating the ministers or the politicians on both sides. But again, after all, it will have to be public, and of course there will have to be agreement by both sides, which I can't tell you, I can't guarantee you at the moment that will happen, but it's close.
Look, it seems like some good news. I mean, Ariel, that's refreshing to hear something that along the lines of compromise, at least, a hint of this. Look, up until now, the coalition's main theme has been, hey, to the opposition, you can talk with us while we run towards the finish line, essentially, keeping things moving forward at the pace it's been on. Aside from these, hints that we're getting at a possible breakthrough, what is scheduled to happen this week? How important is this week ahead of the holiday breaks and with this goal in mind by the coalition to get all this done by the end of the month?
So it's a good question because, by the way, no one forced the coalition to put the timelines they put. They decided that until the end of this session in the Knesset, which means about 3 weeks from today, they will end the process of the first part of the reform. It's not necessary. No one told them to do so. It's their decision. But I do want to explain, David, because it's important. I want to explain the background. Why is the coalition pushing it so quickly, so powerfully? And the reason is, the way they see it, the experience of decades. What Yariv Levin and Simcha Rotman are saying is our predecessors, former justice ministers, tried for decades to make a smallest reform, make it in more gentle way, and time after time, got a veto from the Supreme Court. So that's why Levin is saying now, I will make it no matter what your reply will be. That's why you see this passion, or however you describe it, to do it quickly. But so going back to the timeline, so we have about 3 weeks, a little bit less. The question is whether there will be compromise. I give it, I would say, a few days. In case there won't be a common compromise, I guess in that scenario we'll see the government putting or taking out some parts of the reform, is trying to calm down the atmosphere, but then approving some part of the bills as we saw them. So it will be part of what we saw from the beginning.
Another issue I want to bring up with you here. Look, aside from judicial, the judicial reforms, it hasn't been the smoothest, first couple months for these, Netanyahu with his far-right partners, whether it be Minister Smotrich, Minister Ben-Gvir, now opposition lawmaker Heli Troper from the Center-Right National Unity Party under Benny Gantz. He's claimed, at least, that some senior Likud party lawmakers had asked them to join the coalition and replace the religious Zionism and Otzma Yehudit, the Jewish power parties. This was something we were entertaining a little bit during coalition negotiations. What are you hearing about this? Is there anything credible to this?
So the answer is yes. No doubt, at least some parts of the Likud would like Benny Gantz to join the government. I don't see it happening right now, and no, maybe in a few weeks, but it definitely related to the first topic we discussed, whether there will be any kind of agreement regarding the judicial reform. If someone, there is only one possibility for, one opposition leader who might agree to the compromise, and that is Benny Gantz. Probably Lapid will never agree. So if Gantz will get to a common compromise regarding the judicial reform, then maybe the next step will be him joining the coalition. we didn't finish with the first part, so definitely the second part is very far.
Look, about a minute left. There's an interesting thing yesterday, a contentious bill about enabling the public hospitals to bring in or not bring in the leavened foods, the not kosher for Passover food. Now I bring this up. It cleared its first reading yesterday at Knesset narrowly. I bring it up because just last April, the debate over this issue provided the catalyst for the government's collapse. The elections that we went into. Not this time. Is this a hurdle that this government's getting over?
I think it's a good question. I think the problems, David, in the government are not that easy. You see, I would say day after day, you see internal problems in the coalition. Just today, actually, most times it's by Ben Gvir. I'm quite sure Netanyahu is not satisfied from what he's seeing, and I'm quite sure he would love to have someone else more calm, more moderate in his government. But again, it's not easy. We all know very well the opposition is boycotting Netanyahu. And therefore, to see changes, I can see it coming. But at the same time, I don't know for how long Netanyahu and the Likud will be able to go on, why the government is so unstable.
Fascinating set of circumstances around us here. Ariel Kahana, thank you, as always, for being with us on the program.